On semen retention, your will is strong. You have a strong will and you have strong confidence. You're able to make things happen. When you speak to people, you speak confidently. When you want to make something happen, you go and do it. You get things moving. You make energy move. You are a force to be reckoned with. Now, what I want to title this video is Everything I Touch Turns to Gold. And this is a powerful mindset that you can develop on semen retention, which I've developed and I've thought about, and I think it's very interesting. And even if you're not on semen retention, this can still work. This is a great mindset to have, but obviously it will be amplified on semen retention. Now, let me explain what it is. So it has to do partially with the placebo effect, but also just the power of your mind, just the sheer power of your will and somewhat of manifestation and confidence. Your thoughts will have confidence. Let me explain. Everything I touch turns to gold, basically saying that everything is good for me. Meaning, if I'm on semen retention, okay, I've spoken about this a bit before, but in a different way. Let's start with the food you eat. If you were to eat if you were to eat, let's say something quote unquote not optimal for your health, you'll have some people that are thinking like, oh, this is bad for me. Like they're gonna eat it. They're gonna think, oh, this is hiring my cholesterol. This is ruining my health. And they'll have these little thoughts in the back of their minds as they eat something. But on semen retention, you're gonna have a positive mindset towards everything everything you consume, everything you interact with. You have that mindset. Everything I touch turns to gold, and not necessarily in that wording, but it's just to explain. And what this does is, when you're eating something, in this current example, you purify the energy. That's what I want to say. You purify all the energy you come in contact with. If you're eating food, you believe, even if it's not optimal, you believe this is good for me. Thank you. I'm grateful for this energy. This energy will do great things in my body. You feel that confidently. Whatever you consume, whatever interactions you have with people, you are powerful. Everything affects you positively and brings you up. This is a positive mindset to have, but it's especially about the purification of energy. You purify the energy of the food you eat. You sincerely believe that with your energy, you integrate this energy into your body, you purify it. What are some other examples? Sure, that's for food, but let's say, I don't know, one time you go have a drink, one time you have a sweet. You don't have to have this completely 100% disciplined lifestyle. I'm kind of starting to fall into the everything in moderation. And obviously, for semen retention, you could say like, oh, ejaculate once a week, that's the balance. But no, this is something that you want to build up. It's energy. And you choose which battles you want to fight. And everything in moderation is interesting because I tend to be very all or nothing. And maybe some of you can relate to this. For long periods of time, I've gone without drinking. I've been completely focused. Or what else? No sweets, all of that. I've been completely locked in on these things. And I find that once I fall into a rhythm, it's easy to follow. But then, once you do it one time, you kind of fall into it deeply. It's kind of like you're slowly building up the craving over time. It's like, sure, you're avoiding it, but you're only like you're putting it under the rug. But if you treat yourself every now and then, it's like, it's actually more difficult, I find, because what's easier, eating 0 cookies or eating 1 cookie? I think you could argue that eating 0 cookies is easier because eating 1 cookie will lead to the second cookie. So actually finding that just balance is a tough thing to do, but it can be important. It's talked about in Stoicism. It's the everything in moderation, that if you can master this, you'll have a great enjoyment of life, because you can somewhat indulge in pleasures that you choose, or these things that can make your life more enjoyable. Because if you're working hard, if you're working on projects, if you treat yourself to little things in moderation, it won't necessarily affect you negatively. And once again, the everything I touch turns to gold. If you're doing everything in moderation and every now and then you have a little this, a little that, or not even for just things you consume. This mindset can be with the people you interact with the things you do. This video I'm making right now, everything I touch turns to gold. The energy is being purified, is being amplified. And being on Semen Retention, you feel powerful, and it's easier to bring about that energy. Yeah, so I've gone kind of different directions in this video, but I think I brought some good value. What's one more thing I want to say? Yeah, like I said, to treat yourself to little things, I think is somewhat of a skill to learn, because if you're completely down the road of discipline, well, it might not be the best thing for your mental health. And I believe in following a disciplined path for certain periods of time. If you have a specific goal you want to achieve, a big goal. Wait, there's a spider on my head. There's a big goal you need to achieve. You focus 100% on that goal, and maybe you cut out distractions for a period of time. But for a sustainable lifestyle, what you can do is you still work hard. You work hard, you use your energy, you're on Semen Retention, you have that energy, and you utilize it for creative projects, and you'll see quick improvements and you'll better yourself. But if you're working hard to make it sustainable, maybe you hang out with friends every now and then, you have a sweet, you do this, you still live somewhat of a normal life. The only difference is you're not overindulging like everybody else. That's it for this video. Remember, on Semen Retention, you're powerful. Everything I touch turns to gold. You have that power. You can purify the energy around you, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, and I will see you very soon. Peace.